Hi everyone, welcome to our Wellness Wednesday Live on this page. We had a bit of technical difficulty, so we're recording this portrait for today. Just bear with us.
Portrait.
Yeah. Today we're going to be sharing on the benefits of tea. So over to you, Ronald.
When you mention tea, most people will relate to tea as black tea, because that's been the one that's been imported to England for years and years and years, right? Black tea, right? Now, but there are many types of teas, and today we're going to do some focus on about what sort of other teas there are apart from black tea, right? Now, just give you a bit of history. Tea, as we know it in, say, London and Europe, was originally was planted from China, and from China it went to India, it went to South America, it went to Africa, and it even went to parts of Australia where they grow tea as well. So tea has become a universal drink for especially Europeans and the English and the Scots and the Irish, right? But I look at it this way. Most people I've met, which is about 60,000 people in the last 50 years or more, right? They hate drinking water, right? They hate drinking water, and that's not good because, you see, the human body is 72% water and about 18 to 20% muscle and blood and so on, but 72% water is in your body. So it's imperative, whether it's cold weather or whether it's hot weather, that you need to take 3 liters of water per day. 3 liters. Even if it's minus 10, you're still designed to drink 3 liters of water per day, even more, because when you're eating starchy foods, fatty foods, and say pastries, and you need to have that water to flush the actual waste out of your body. And if you don't have 3 liters of water, you'll become constipated and you'll go to the toilet maybe once every 2 days, once every 3 days. So I found an ingenious way to get my patients to drink the 3 liters was to design a tea for them, right? So today I'm going to give you an example about, first of all, I'm going to explain that tea, the best tea you can have is not the black tea, is the green tea. Now, what's interesting, where tea is grown, like in India, for example, or South America, now the green tea is actually the 3 top leaves. In other words, the plant's got maybe 50 to 100 leaves, but the 3 very top leaves, the youngest leaves that are coming up, they are the ones that are picked to make green tea. Not the other leaves. The other leaves are designed to go black tea. So the 3 at the very top of each plant is pricked and picked, and that's the ones that make the green tea. So the green tea is very high, very high in antioxidants, and it's also very good for removing LDL cholesterol in the body, because it's one of those antioxidants that is effective in that instance. In addition to that, it's got potassium, it's got magnesium, it's got some amount of silica depending where it's grown. It's also very good for flushing out the kidneys, right? Because the kidneys need the antioxidants because the kidneys have got 1 million nephrons, which is a filter in each kidney. And if your kidney doesn't get enough liquid, if you say you're cold, you don't want to drink cold water, you need that 3 liters per day spaced out during the day, right? So green tea is one. Now, the other teas that we recommend, if you can just, we're going to show
them because the mirror image is not sorted
out. Okay, so what actually happened is that the other teas you can have is what we call the Very Berry, is one brand. Very Berry is made with berries. In addition to that, you can have Rooibos, which is an excellent tea from South Africa. Where Rooibos is grown, they call it Rooibos or red bush. Rooibos is actually a Boer term or South African term meaning red bush. So where it's grown, the actual tea, the tea plants are grown in the bottom of the mountains in South Africa, and they get a lot of minerals. And it's a really delicious tea, Rooibos tea. Now, you make it like a normal tea. You put boiling water in it, let it brew for about 5-6 minutes, put it then in your teacup afterwards, and you had your milk. But what we don't do, we don't use cow's milk because it's just too acidic. We use goat's milk. Now you can use almond milk, you can use oat milk, but we prefer to use goat's milk because that's a very good quality milk and it's alkaline. In addition to that, that's Rooibos. We have very berry. We recommend turmeric tea, ginger tea. Now, for example, when you tend to get colds or hay fever, a very good combination is turmeric, Turmeric, ginger, right? Basically about a thumb size, turmeric, ginger, olive leaves, 8 olive leaves, which we grow here, 8 olive leaves, very high in antioxidants. And for hay fever, another good addition is stinging nettle. People go, what? Yes, you can make tea with stinging nettle, especially if you grow it organically and with minerals like we do. And it's a beautiful, rich green color. So you can have but you must wear gloves when you pick the stinging nettle. I use what I call industrial gloves. Pick them up. I wash them, and I put them into a teapot. So I mix the stinging nettle, ginger, turmeric, and other thing you can do.
A bit of honey.
Bit of honey afterwards. Bit of honey, and then that is an excellent healthy mixture for flushing the kidneys. Now, why is that so important? You will notice if you've got acne, or if you've got psoriasis, or if you've got any skin problem like rashes, it's your kidneys that are blocking up. Apart from constipation and waste in the bowels, your kidneys are also blocking up. That's why you end up with severe skin problems, right? So if you've got skin problems, drink this tea. Stinging nettle, you can forage for it and you find it. Just wash it carefully. Stinging nettle, 8 olive leaves, very berry could be used. Rooibos, you can have a tea bag of each. You can have a tea bag of each. And then you make a litre of tea with that, a litre. So if you do that 3 times a day, and you drink that during maybe 3 or 4 hours, at the end of each day, you're going to end up with 3 litres. You'll go to the toilet fairly often, but guess what? That you'll notice your urine will go quite yellow. And because it's yellow, it means the rubbish is coming out of it. If your urine has become orangey, it means you're dehydrated. So you got to keep your orange at a fairly clear to a yellow, so that you know you're being hydrated. That's a sign of hydration. If it becomes quite dark, it means that you're not hydrated. It's because waste is caught in the system. So I hope you enjoy that. But remember, and I'll tell you why I picked up on the stinging nettle. I started noticing that about 3 weeks before the hay fever starts to hit, and the herbs, the grass herbs, and the winds bring the seeds and everything in, causing the hay fever, I started noticing that the stinging nettles start to grow and grow quite strongly 3 weeks before. In other words, nature's telling you, drink that tea because it's giving you that in preparation to fight against hay fever. It's not just good against hay fever, it's good against sinus, colds, flu, fever, viruses, right? Good combination, again I'll say, stinging nettle, 8 leaves, thumbful of ginger, 1 tea bag of Rooibos tea. What was the other one we mentioned?
The very berry.
Very berry is a good one, right? So, and that will be the way to go. We look forward to getting your feedback and see what you say.
Okay, so I hope you found our short weekly sharing useful. If you have, please give us a like, heart, care, or wow emoji. I can see Laura's watching here. Hello, Laura.
Yes.
And also maybe share your favorite tea recipes with us. And also follow us on our YouTube channel. We share quite a lot of tips there every week, 3 times a week. I'll post a link in the comment section below. It's basically Planet Wellness YouTube, sorry. And yeah, we look forward to seeing you next week on our next sharing.
Just before we do, is there where we can show them the tea we're using?
Not at the moment. I'm going to take photos of the tea bags that we personally recommend.
Yeah, as Petrina said, we had a bit of technical difficulty, I don't know why, but we are doing, instead of doing landscape, we're having to do portrait, And when we turned landscape, the comments were actually coming sideways, so it was no good. So we're now recording this portrait, and that's working quite well. So anyway, we'll find a way to actually show you the actual teas we're using ourselves.
Okay, till next time.
Yeah.
Have a great week. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care.